Hey there fellow van adventurers, welcome back to our channel where we're all about unlocking the secrets to a hassle-free life on the road. Today we're revisiting a topic that's crucial because damp is a problem that affects lots of motorhome and camper vans, so keeping on top of it has to be a top priority. Whether you're a full-time nomad or a weekend warrior, keeping your motorhome, campervan or even caravan dry and comfortable is essential for a stress-free life on the road and protecting your investment. That's where damp meters come in. It's a topic that we've talked about before, but keep watching to see what we've got that has revolutionised the way we keep an eye on checking that our van hasn't suffered from pesky damp. Don't forget to check out our other videos on everything campervan and motorhome related, from solar to water, heating to gadgets, tyres to trips. If you like this video, please do hit the thumbs up, it really does help me to know what you like, and you can ask any questions or give feedback in the comments. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos, please hit the subscribe button and clicking the bell will give you a notification when a new video goes live. Finally, if you do decide to hit the thumbs down, it would be great if you could also leave a comment so I know what you didn't like. Dampness doesn't just lead to musty odours and unsightly mould, it can also seriously damage your van's structure and furnishings and damage your health. That's where a damp meter becomes your ultimate ally in the battle against moisture intrusion. So why are we talking about this topic again? Well, in our last video, which you can find up here, we were using the Top Test TS630 damp meter, which as you can see measures moisture in materials by using these pins, which whilst good for giving an accurate and literal pinpoint measurement in a specific spot, is not great for testing large areas, and you have to be a bit selective over where you test to avoid leaving unsightly pinholes around your van. Well, step forward the Erickhill EWM04 Pinless moisture meter, which works using radio frequency to detect the moisture in materials, so avoiding that damage and making it quick and easy to check the whole of your van. So stick with us as we try it out. Erickhill have kindly sent us the EWM04 to try out, and as you can see the normal price is around the same as some of the pin type meters, plus we're very happy to be able to share with you some further discount codes which you'll find in the video description. Let's take a look at what you get. We've got a set of batteries, the meter itself in a protective pouch, and a good set of instructions. After fitting the batteries, the meter is pretty intuitive, selecting the material type and also being able to set the percentage at which the audible alarm sounds. It's also got a hold function that allows you to pause the screen on the reading, which is useful in those difficult to reach spaces where you can't read the meter while it's in its place. On the back you can see the sensor area. Just to show it working, we're going to try it out with this piece of plywood left over from our build. It's been stored in our garage, but it's still showing a moisture content of around 10%. Now do bear in mind that as this is our wooden table behind it, unlike the pin type meter, it will also be measuring any moisture that's in the table. The instructions recommend that materials are 30mm thick for an accurate reading, but as you'll see later, we'll show that it still detects well even on this thin sheet with nothing behind it. But first, to simulate some damp insulation behind the board, we're going to position some damp kitchen paper under it. Even before there's been any time for it to soak through the wood, you'll see that the meter indicates a higher percentage of moisture and sounds the audible alarm. To see how sensitive it can be, let's remove that damp paper but leave a slight water residue on the board. And as that's still detected by the meter, finally let's dry off the surface as much as we can, so I would say this feels dry to the touch, and see whether the meter can still detect it. So now quickly repeating that test, but this time with the pin type meter on a different position on the same board, we see that it isn't able to pick up any of the moisture that the EWM04 could through the board. It would only be able to detect it once the moisture had soaked into the wood itself. So we can be pretty confident with the EWM04 we'll pick up any moisture issues earlier than with the pin type meter. Here we'll quickly do a check on this small amount of damp with no other material behind the board to show it's still effective on materials thinner than 30mm, though the percentage moisture reading may not be as accurate. Here you can see how quick it is to check large areas of the van quickly and completely, rather than the small areas we previously tested, plus we don't have to worry about little pinholes. One thing to bear in mind is how the meter works. It's using radio frequency to check for changes in the reflection that may indicate increased moisture. So initially getting a reading like this made us think we had a leak. But that was until we remembered that at this point in the wall there is one of the metal structural beams of our van, like this one. And that metal is just behind the plywood at this point, causing the meter to see a change in the material and indicate that there may be moisture. This was pretty easy for us to confirm, but maybe a little harder if you don't know the structure of your van. But overall, for its price, especially with our discount, this non-intrusive approach and speed at which we can check the whole van gives us great peace of mind, and will give us early warning of any issues. Because it's so simple, we check it even more thoroughly and regularly than we did before. Thanks for watching our video, and as always, if you have any questions or feedback, please pop them in the comments below. If you find the video useful, please like, share and consider subscribing.